Hi, my name is Sunil. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what kind of a client you need to be if you want to get over your anxiety disorders like OCD. I get clients who come to me and say that I haven't found the right therapist, or my spouse is not supporting me, or medicines don't work for me, and that is the reason why my OCD is not getting better. All of this may be true, but there is one crucial component which the client misses out on, and that is the reason why OCD is not getting better. And that is what I call being wary. W-E-A-R-Y, wary. Each of these letters stands for a quality that the client needs to have. W stands for willingness. A client has to be entirely willing to make sure that his OCD gets better. If a client is being forced into treatment, or if a client is coming there because somebody is asking him to come, that client is not going to get better. E stands for enthusiasm. Even if the client does come, but the client does not believe that he is going to get better, he is not enthusiastic about it, recovery is difficult. The A stands for acceptance. There is some amount of acceptance that the client needs to have. The client needs to accept that one, he has OCD. He cannot be in denial about his problem. Two, he needs to accept that it has a solution. If he is going to be coming from a point of view where he thinks that he's not going to recover at all, then he's not going to recover. And thirdly, he has to accept that what his therapist is telling him is for his own good, which means faith in the process is to be complete and unequivocal. Unless that happens, it is likely that he might not follow the steps that the therapist might tell him, and he might blame the recovery process for it. The R stands for receptivity. When the therapist is telling you to do something which you may not understand, it is important that you still be receptive to what the therapist is telling you. You are free to ask questions. You need to get clarifications on what you don't understand. But be receptive to the inputs that are coming from the therapist. If you are not receptive, you are likely to miss out on things which are important, and that may hinder your recovery process. And last is Y, which is yearning. A client has to absolutely yearn to get better. A client has to make recovery his first and his only priority. You don't get to eat, don't eat. You don't get to brush your teeth, don't brush your teeth. But place your recovery on top of everything else. I have clients that come to me saying, I am willing to do what you tell me, but it should not come in the way of my studies. I am going to do whatever you ask me to, so long as it does not interfere with my work. I am willing to do whatever you tell me, so long as I get a good night's sleep. So what you are doing there is you're prioritizing your studies, your work, or your sleep over your recovery. If you do that, it is going to be extremely difficult for you to break that pattern, because like I keep saying, OCD is a demon which is sitting inside your head, and OCD knows what it is that you don't want affected. If that is a condition that you put, OCD is going to affect that. So if you don't want your studies to get affected, guess what will get affected? Your studies. If you don't want it to affect your work will get affected. If you don't want it to affect your sleep will get affected. So the bottom line is that you need to be okay with all of it getting affected. You don't get to eat, don't eat. You don't get to breathe, don't breathe. But you need to keep your recovery on top of everything else. I hope this helps. I am the founder of Unshackle. I am going to be making more videos on the topics of how to deal with OCD. I hope you like it. Thank you.